Hello everyone and welcome to another Game Jam time-lapse. This time it's the mini jam number 56 and the theme is Sky. However, the twist for this one is that there is a limitation provided by the community at randomly selected. Well, not really, it's just like voted. But the limitation for this one is that the game must fit the theme of two randomly selected words, which in our case was donuts and Warzone. Pretty crazy, I'd say. So as you can see, I've started with the donut, and I originally was planning to start and make this game in Unity, I did end up making it in Unity, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do Unity or Godot, so I ended up going with Unity in the end. Here's looking, here's me looking for some skyboxes that would be nicer than just the default Unity skybox. So I've added that in, although I wasn't quite sure if that was allowed. If we were allowed to use assets, apparently we were allowed to use some assets in this. Here's me starting to use the donuts spawning thing. The idea for this one didn't really come to be too interesting or too new. It's kind of just like fly through the hoops, but the hoops are donuts. That's basically the thing. Here you go. As you can see, the things that are happening. Um, yeah, there's donuts flying. The speed of the game speeds up. All of that kind of stuff. I'm talking with the community about some random stuff. Here's me playing around more with the rate and the speed. I've removed the skybox, as you can see, because I wasn't quite sure. So I mean, in the end, I didn't even use a skybox. So I guess it's alright. So yeah, playing around more with the playing more with the rates at which they're going, looking at how donuts are speeding up and all of that. It kind of didn't spend too much time on the actual game. So here at the beginning, it's kind of a bit off. I mean, I kind of am spending more time messing around and doing some things with the donuts, making them just spawn, and I actually didn't do much because I had no idea what I can do for the Warzone part of the theme. See, the thing is, these are donuts and you're just flying through them. So my original idea to add for the Warzone part of the game was probably to do something along the lines of maybe, I don't know, like some drones or some random things attacking. Here I wanted to make a cloud, but I ended up making some sort of weird, scary, bad UFO thing, which ended up actually being a thing. So here's me making a cloud because I wanted to have some clouds flying in. Uh, because, clouds and particles, those are nice, as you can see. I'm messing around with that, and it's kind of cool. It's now just a big wall that is just terrifying, and yeah, I don't know. It I mess around with the particles for a lot more than I probably should have, but I guess it looks alright in the end. Yeah, as you can see, it also all the particles they follow the camera. I mean, they don't. I mean, you can move around, but you move around a lot, but the particles never actually do leave the camera because it's all in world space, but they are connected directly to the camera, as you can see in the hierarchy on the left. So yeah, me just playing around with more of the particles, playing around, doing more edits and tweaks. I spent quite a lot of time just tweaking and playing around to see if this works. Uh, yeah, here I have just noticed that that was the point where I accidentally smoothed the clouds, and that made everything look especially like in the browser, it made it very, very hard to play because the clouds were incredibly detailed. But I never realized that till like nearly the end of me making this game. Here's me making more stuff, and doing more things with donuts, and I just never stopped playing around with them. I wanted to add some more cool stuff happening. Finally, adding in some triggers and stuff for the donuts to be collected, maybe? Oh no, it wasn't. Not this time. There it is. Now we are adding some stuff for the collisions. And I made them all colliders, so donuts actually pushed the camera away, which was incredibly hilarious and a lot of fun, but not quite how it was supposed to be. Yes. Uh, just me messing around, playing with different stuff, different things to do. As you can see, a lot of zombie code and a lot of testing and going back to script and going and doing more stuff and more edits and more testing and whatever. Yeah. Then it's time to add the enemies. Those are also going to be going towards the player, and obviously they do actually work the same way as the donuts, so I just use the same script and the same pooling method, because I always use the pooler, because those are good to do. As you can see, they also spawn in and speed up just with the game, so it's a lot of fun. Here is some collisions, so if you hit them, they're baddies, you die. Yeah. And out of the bad UFO, whatever these thingies are, I don't know what they are, but I just call them bad UFO because it's a game jam and I can call them whatever I want. They shoot out lasers, as you can see, which was quite fun as well. Some more things to dodge, more like a Warzone theme now. That's good. Yeah. As you can see, it's going pretty crazy. It's still... Yeah, there's loads of things now happening, a lot more things happening. A lot more interesting things. Here's me checking the UFO shooting rate, because while they are disabled, they don't really speed up the shooting process. But it worked alright in the end. It doesn't really necessarily matter how that works. I tried changing the skybox a little bit, but that didn't work. Try to make missile or a rocket type thing, and yeah, started off with that. And me looking at Discord and seeing what people are doing. It's quite a lot of fun seeing what people do. Decided to extend the rocket because why not? It looks cool. I accidentally did that while I was scaling it up a little bit, or like I think I was doing something, and it looked pretty good. And I just decided to actually do that, and then I'm making all the textures for all these things. So looking at maybe what I can do for the texturing, maybe seeing if I can add some colors to stuff, because having things gray is kind of boring, you know? So I'm adding some green stuff, because why not? I had my sister come in. Um, she told me, oh yeah, you can add some green stuff all the way around those circles. That will be nice. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks cool. And it did. And there we go. That's kind of the end result for the bad UFO things. Looking around for some rockets, how they would look like, or missiles, in fact, because those were kind of more like missiles. So I try to see what I can do to make it like a cool design or something. Yeah, and me texturing in Inkscape, quite a lot of fun as well. Yeah. And sounds, time to make some sound effects. It is the last day, actually. I mean, this was a very simple, quick jam, and there's me playing around with BFXR. A lot of fun. Spent a lot of time because I had a lot of time to spare, and me just messing around, doing some things, sound effects, all of the different sounds for different things, like the donut collection, the donut didn't collect, the rocket sound, the rocket flying. I mean, it's a missile. Yeah, as you can see in the top left, it's a missile, and all of the lasers, all of those bad UFOs, they have this sort of like UFO, some like weird alien sound, which is kind of cool, which I like. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, spending a lot of time in BFXR because there was a lot of cool sounds that could be made. I really enjoyed playing around with that. As you can see, spending quite some time messing around. Yeah. Sound effects into the code. Time to implement all of that in. Time to add some more particles. Yes, particles. Particles are always fun. I more than not often, I neglect them. I I really should add more particles to stuff in games because it makes stuff a lot more fun. Here, finally, the name of the game has come. Eat the donuts, because I couldn't think of anything more interesting, and I picked the colors from the donut into the text, and that's how I got the text to be a thing. Works. It works. That's fine. In eat the donuts and press O to begin because donuts and stuff like that. Actually, when my dad was testing this, he tried pressing zeros at first, which I thought, oh yeah, I probably should do that, and I still haven't actually done that, so I might actually end up implementing that to be a feature, well, a mini feature, so that you can also press zeros, and that will also make you start. Yeah, you are collecting fat points. I mean, you eating the donuts is a fat point, but when you don't collect one, because it's kind of sometimes hard to collect them, you lose a fat point because, I mean, you didn't eat the donut. I don't know where the logic came from. It's a game jam. I gotta do something interesting or wacky or funny. So it's there. It's there. It's now a thing. Uh, Me doing some more game loop stuff, just doing some animation, doing some collision for the rocket, testing out stuff, seeing how stuff works. Yeah, adding the score. Score now works. Uh, Losing, yeah, that all works. Uh, and it's time to export stuff. I know. It's time for the effects. For the post-processing, which is really always fun to play around, but I still haven't noticed and or realized that my clouds were the thing that's taking up a lot of stats. And look at how super smooth they are. Look at the clouds. They are horrendously smooth. They shouldn't be that smooth. Here's me messing around more with the post-processing, adding some motion blur, but didn't quite work. Yeah, doing some uploading and submitting screenshots. Use this asset. I forgot what it is. It's some free screenshot asset you can find on the store. Screenshots, loads of details and stuff to fill in. Yeah, having a lot of fun putting that in, and typey, and submit in a few moments. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.